How's it going, everybody? This is Double Wide 6, and today we're going to be talking to you about an underground electric dog fence. These two guys, Butters and Ellie, keep running away. My kids keep letting them out, and they take off, and they don't let us know. That's the kids. They'll open the door, the dog will run outside, and take me and my wife about 10 minutes to realize the dog's missing. So we're going with the electric fence. Here's my kit. Ordered it online, so you're looking at some flags there. It came with 50 flags, an electronic control unit, a couple wire splices in there for underground wires, keep them sealed. I have 3 collars that came with my kits because I have 3 dogs. And this is it, the electronic dog fence system EF6000, made by Dog Tech. This particular fence has about the highest reviews that I could find, and it was priced pretty well, $250. You can notice that the wire that they give you with the kit, I've upgraded from 20 gauge, and I bought some 16 gauge heavy duty wire. It's a special wire that they use for putting it underground. It has an extra thick insulation on it, so you want to make sure that you get the proper burial wire, which I did. I happened to get mine on eBay. The only other thing I've got to add to the kit was I bought another 100 flags because I'm doing probably about 2/3 of an acre for this fence. So the next thing I'm going to show you is how I'm making the ditch. Here's a look at the ditch that I cut, and this was cut actually using my zero-turn tractor. We'll take a look at how deep it is. Hopefully you can see this, but it goes down about 2.5–3 inches all the way down. The nice thing is it leaves the dirt there, so it's easy to put the dirt back in the hole. Well, here's the reason for the video. Basically, what I have here is my cutting device, and this is after I'm done cutting my rut. And like I said, I did about 2/3 of an acre there for my fence. So I attached this piece of metal to my zero-turn mower, and I'll clean this off so you can kind of see how it cuts. So here's what I did. I talked to my buddy who put in an underground fence, and he lives close to me, and basically we have really shaly soil. It's hard to dig anything, and he rented the thing out at the rental place that is made for underground fences, and basically it cuts a ditch, and then it lays the wire, and then it throws the dirt back in the hole. Well, he rented this thing, and it took him and his wife about 10 hours to do half an acre. And he said the machine just was struggling and struggling, and the whole thing, all said and done, was only about 1 inch deep. So I decided to mount this thing to my mower, and as you can see, it's bolted on to an existing hole here, and there's another hole that was existing here. So it's just 2 bolts, and this is basically like this is 3/4 inch by 3/4 inch steel. It has a bend in it. It comes down, and on the front of it there's a cutting blade. And basically I've set this thing up. Right here's the blade. It's a little dirty. It's kind of hard to see, but I set it up so that it'll dig about 3 inches underneath the wheel. So basically this wheel rides on the ground, and then the blade digs. And the nice thing about putting it on the mower deck like that is you can raise and lower it using that foot pedal, and you can push down on this handle, and that'll set your depth. You can lock it in place at the depth you want, or if it comes up a little bit off the ground because you're hitting some rock, you can put your foot right on this a little bit and apply some extra weight. And yeah, it took me about maybe 15 minutes to do my 2/3 of an acre. So it worked out quite well, and I'm happy with the finish. Now, as far as laying the wire, I don't have an automatic spool that lays the wire. I could probably hook that up if I wanted to, but this is kind of a once and done type of thing. So basically what I've been doing, and I only did it for about an hour today, I started laying the cable. So you pick up the dirt there and you stick the wire down in the ditch, and then you put the dirt back in, and you got to crawl around to do it. And that's what's taken long about this project. It's probably going to take me maybe about 5 or 6 hours on my hands and knees. I'm just going to break it up over a couple days and get that wire buried. So I thought this would be interesting to anyone that's interested in putting in a dog fence themselves, if you don't have access to rent something, or if you're handy and you can weld. It worked out pretty well. So that's about it. Another way that you can go about doing the underground fence would be to use an edger. I have an edger, and I'll tell you what, it does not cut the soil easily. It basically has what looks like a lawnmower blade that's about 10 inches. It spins it vertically, and as it spins, it throws up rocks and all the dirt and all that stuff. And it'll cut a ditch, but that would take a lot of effort, and then I'd still have to go back and bury the wire myself by hand. I didn't want to do that with my edger. I didn't even attempt it because I know how much work that would have been. The other problem with doing it with an edger is all the dirt's going to fly out of the hole, and you're going to have nothing to put back in the hole. Where this, it just lays the sod there, it just kind of slits it, as you can see in my close-up shots. Here's a nice close-up look at the ditch, and you can see it's down a good 2 to 3 inches. The flatter the ground, the better that thing cuts. Well, here's a look at an area I already did. Nice sweeping curve, and this is where it goes across the driveway. Now, obviously at the driveway you got to cut a ditch for it, and then you come back and you caulk it up with like roofing tar or driveway caulk, concrete caulk. So I cut that with a circular saw, worked real well, and I don't know, it took about maybe 8 minutes to cut, and then I just blew it out with a leaf blower. So that is my cut, and the wire's already down in there, and you can kind of see it goes up here. Here's another idea of a finished section. So I put the wire in the ditch there. I don't know how well you can see this on camera. You can see there where there's some dirt. That's not finished yet. That's right where I stopped. But it goes all the way back across the driveway, and then it goes all the way up back down this way. So it's a pretty long one. Here's a look at the wire I'm using. It's a little bit dirty because I've been putting it in the ground in the ditch, and this is, as I said, 16 gauge, and it's a heavy duty underground wire. I have 1,000 foot of it, and that should be good for an acre. So here's my garden boxes, and you can see there's my automatic sprinkler. I got a video on that if you're interested. But anyhow, here's the ditch running up across the back, and you can see how it's nice and deep. Here's another look of it going out across the back. You can see it curves there. You want to do nice sweeping curves with your underground fence, and then it runs down here and meets up with what I showed you before. So that's a look at it.